Defense Cabinet Secretary Soipan Tuya has defended the deployment of Kenya Defense Forces during the June last year Gen Z anti-finance bill protest, stating it was to support police efforts. Addressing the Senate, Tuya said the Constitution allows the KDF to assist the police in maintaining national security. She emphasized that the deployment was legal and coordinated through the National Security Council. Parliament had approved the move after protest turned violent, leading to KDF officers patrolling Nairobi streets.
On the question on whether the deployment has been revoked, no, the deployment has not been revoked. There is a matter actively in court, but I would also want us to again remember that the deployment of June 25th is in support of the National Police Service, just like the other secondary operations that are within the country. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Police officer Samuel Tampoi Kaituai, who was killed while on a peacekeeping mission in Haiti, has been laid to rest at his family home in Naserian, Kajiado County. The solemn ceremony was attended by leaders including Wiper Party leader Kalonzo Musyoka and DAP-K leader Eugene Omalwa alongside colleagues, friends and family. DAP-K Party leader Eugene Omalwa raised concerns over the Haiti mission, citing the suspension of US funding and inadequate equipment for Kenyan officers. He urged the government to reconsider its involvement if international support remains uncertain.
Mambo ya deployment of our missions. Now there are concerns that were raised. Our young man Samuel has paid the ultimate price. But every soldier, there can be no price defending your country. Samuel has done his part. However, the concerns we have raised as the opposition in Kenya about the mission, there are concerns that need to be addressed. And one of the concerns was perhaps the hurried manner this mission was implemented and the deployment. As a nation, we are very concerned because of the change of administration this year and the change in policy.
Kaituai was killed in February after being attacked by armed gangs. The multinational security support mission confirmed his death, highlighting the risk of facing Kenyan officers in the violent-stricken country. Haiti has been grappling with escalating gang violence, with the United Nations reporting that at least 5,000 people were killed in gang-related incidents last year, 1,000 more than in 2023.
Pearl Newsbeat.
Panic has gripped the financially troubled Moi University after it dismissed more than 300 casual workers to cut down on operational cost. The decision has sparked a strong reaction from the surrounding community, who are voicing concerns over the impact of these layoffs. They argue that they too are suffering from the reduced student intake and are demanding fairness in the redundancy process. The community residents who are most affected feel that they should not be blamed for the institution's financial troubles and have called on the government to intervene and provide more resources to stabilize the university, and are now urging both the Ministry of Education and Parliament to uphold the promises to reform and support the institution in overcoming its crisis.
Sisi kama community hatujafurahia kwa vile mama zetu, madada zetu, ndugu zetu na wazazi wetu wengine walifutwa kazi, ilhali wao wamefanya kazi kwa miaka 20 na wengine wameelekea miaka ya kuretire na wote wamekuja nyumbani. Wao walikuwa tegemeo.
Tunataka sisi wote haki uifanyie watoto wetu. Hata kama sina ndugu hapo, niko na majirani yangu wenye wamefutwa. Sitaki hata waone hao watoto, waone watu mahali wanaenda. Siku sawa hata walipe. Na sisi tukiwa community, tunakataa hiyo maneno na tunakataa kabisa. Kwa sababu hatuwezi tukakubali watu wateseke, na Moi University ndiye alikuwa anatusaidia sisi wote kabisa.
The university's financial struggles have been compounded by other factors, including the closure of non-viable campuses, rising operational costs, and a backlog of unpaid debts. An investigation into financial mismanagement is ongoing, with authorities probing the failure to remit payroll deductions and a defaulted loan.
Pearl Newsbeat.
Former Prime Minister Raila Odinga attended the award of a charter ceremony of the Riara University at State House, Nairobi. This is the first official public event the former Premier has attended at State House since formalizing the broad-based agreement with the President William Ruto. The ODM party leader has hailed the strides made by the private university to be awarded the charter. According to ODM leader, Kenyans should not only look at the public sector for employment after completing college and universities, but also the private sector to bridge the unemployment gap. This as Odinga acknowledged the funding issues in Kenyan universities and called for a multi-stakeholder approach in addressing the issue.
People should not just be looking at the public sector for employment. Public sector in our country employs at most 800,000 people, and those positions are not vacant. Vacancies only occurs when people die or retire. It's just about 10%. That means about 80,000 vacancies. And that's why it is important for us to lay more emphasis in the private sector as a major provision or provider of employment to our people. So I am very happy today to be here. I'm sure the time to come and be here to see Riara University receiving a charter